No, you good?
Here we are. We are live. Once again, it's the middle of the week. You see our lovely faces. You know it's Wednesday. Coming straight to you. Your favorite, America's favorite uncle, America's favorite cousin. We got two guests with us today. We're gonna get right into it. So how y'all feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm not gonna lie. My daughter just made me some coffee. I'm feeling good.
It must be nice to have kids that do shit around the house.
You know, it's great. I was like, "You want to make me some coffee?" She said, "I got it. Say less." I said,
Did she use the Keurig?
she sure did, but she did the little latte mode and whipped it up. She got put some little caramel drizzle all in there. And a little, it's going down.
Oh, okay. I just got two worthless ass teenagers around these motherfuckers, so
Nah, she's still cute right now.
Cute shit. Not cute.
Her brother not cute though.
Mine ain't shit. But anyway, that's not here or there. Miss Banks, what's up with you, girl?
Kid's a mama's boy?
No.
I'm like mine? No.
No, the problem is my godson act just like me, so that's why he ain't shit.
No.
That's why he ain't shit. He act just like me. How you doing today, Miss Banks?
Good. Working hard. Just got the kids to bed.
I forgot you're all in that different time zone. I'm all like, hey, it's 5:00.
Hey, real talk, because the first time I did a podcast with her, she was like, all right, I gotta get the kids something to eat. And I'm like, bro, it's almost 10 o'clock over here. Yeah, you just not feeding the kids. And I'm like, oh nah,
Oh yeah, when I logged out, I was like, yeah, I gotta cook. And everybody was like, huh?
Like, yeah. It's 10 o'clock. But like, oh, nah, she 3 hours.
Cali time, Cali.
And she's still daylight. But listen though, welcome to the Unhinged podcast. It's your boy, Mr. Mike Unhinged, right there, Mike Unhinged. Flowing my favorite Uncle Pudge. I got two beautiful ladies in the house with us. I got some more people coming, but you know how other people show up late. Black people show up late. We're gonna talk about the Tiffany Haddish, Arie Spears conspiracy. I know that was a big one this week. We definitely gonna highlight that. We're gonna talk about some mama's boys because woo shy. We got some stories for this. But before we get into any of that, we're gonna hit y'all with this intro and be right back. Oh, my baby daddy just got out of jail, and he mad because I'm dating you, so he want to fight you. And I was like, Florida. Oh, okay. I'm not fighting that big ass. I woke up and rolled me a split, then I zipped off on him.
You know what, man?
Gotta get moving on it. Can't be waiting on them when
She
this
more
shit
orgasm, so I gotta get rid of
in
it.
my hands.
So
To just get sick in the plan, but
you can't put me out there like that, baby. She messing with my success rate. Had to let it go.
You bring up some money, they bring up another topic.
I'm like, hey, bro, your bitch looked at me with some funny looking eyes. I don't know what that shit meant, but she looked at me.
If you say you love that person is your friend, then you gotta do the tough thing. You gotta make them aware.
Christopher does sound salty. I told you in the beginning, I'm that shit.
Listen to this generation. I'm sorry.
Like I said, everybody that dates my brothers, my close friends, all you are now, you no longer a chick in mine. You just a dude with breasts. Really cool dude with breasts. That's it.
Ain't nothing like it, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. Last year we made 20 bands and spent 12 on bills.
Bro, every time I hear that intro, I was just like, Jesus, how do we still have a show, bro?
I was listening right now, like,
listen, every once in a while, I was like, how do we, Lola?
Hey, y'all.
hello.
Hey,
I was like, how do we still have a show? Because we act the ass on here from time to time. I was like, God, I'm glad my granny can't see these shows because we don't know how to act.
Jesus.
Don't do us. So listen, before we get started, right? Gotta let my girl Trish introduce herself, introduce her podcast. And Miss Banks, you want to introduce yourself too?
I will.
You will? I got you. We'll let Miss Patricia and Miss Banks introduce themselves. Go ahead and introduce yourself, ladies, so we can get this thing kicked off.
Alrighty. So what's up, you guys? I am Trisha Michelle, Trisha Michelle _ YT on YouTube. I am also 1/3 of, dynamic trio of the Fire Session podcast that happens every single Tuesday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. And y'all got to tune in. Definitely go ahead and follow us on YouTube, Fire Session. Like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. And, that's where I met Jody at. That's where I'm here, man.
My man. Mr. Sonic Boom, my brother.
What's good? What's good? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Man, hey, introduce yourself. Introduce your podcast.
Go by the name of Sonic Boom. I'm a 1/3 of the Nimpathy Show every Sunday, 10 p.m. right here on nimpathyshow.com. But basically, a lot of people push empathy today. They want you to feel what they feel, right? Some people are also sympathetic to what you're going through. But if you're telling me what you're going through and I can determine that you are the some reason for all of your trials and tribulations, then we're going to be empathetic about it. And we're going to have to tell you about yourself. We have no problem judging you based on your actions. It's the Nimpathy Show.
Not one bit.
Okay.
Miss Lolita, you want to introduce yourself? Bro, hold on. First of all, scratch all that. When the Coquitos coming back out? That's what's really important. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
We'll be in full effect next month, late next month, right around Halloween. So hit me up for that fire coquito.
Okay. All right. Slide.
Yes, lightning over here and thundering. So, but yeah, I'm just a girl from around the way. I don't got no podcast and none of that. I just be popping my shit wherever people let me talk.
AKA she blow up my phone line, talk shit, and then we put it on the show and then add and bring her in.
Basically.
All right. And Miss Banks, introduce yourself.
I'm Felicia Banks. I'm the same way. I don't have my own podcast. I just pop in, get in where I fit in. But I'm thinking about starting one about the NFL season. So it might be getting near you coming up. But I got to think of a name.
I like that.
Intro. But
hey, you can always come hang out with us on Sundays now.
Yes. But I talk shit.
Who's your team?
That's good.
My kids do got a YouTube show though. This Legend and Bros show. You can connect there, but they just little boys and they film. I let them make their own dinner like once a week and they film themselves. So it's all raw. I don't edit nothing. They don't got an intro. They just pop up and they 7, 6, and 3. So
is the food good?
Yeah. You said what?
I said, is the food good? What are they cooking?
They make waffles.
They
put Nutella on their waffles.
Are they for hire for breakfast? Is the real question.
It'd be like 7 o'clock at night. They making waffles.
Oh, so they on the iPhone too.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Oh, that's cute. Hey, that's cute.
Listen, so let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Get our Lola's favorite session of the night, because this is where most of these come from. But favorite session of the night for Miss Lolita. The fan question of the night. So our fan question of the night, and this is a good one. Have you ever had any type of sexual dealings with somebody who had you blocked on social media?
I was married to someone that had me blocked on social media.
I got blocked after.
Yes, boy, I tell you.
So I take it you guys you're asking, were you blocked prior to sexual intercourse?
Yeah, like you was blocked prior to the sexual intercourse, and y'all started hooking up, and then got blocked and kept on going.
I mean, we was in a 8-year relationship. I was probably blocked like maybe 4 years in. So the last 4 years, I was blocked. So yeah.
So you were blocked the first 4 years y'all was married?
No, Pause. We was only married for like 4 months.
Oh, okay.
We was together for 8 years.
So the first 8 you were blocked. I mean, the
No,
first 4 you were blocked.
first 4 I was good. First 4 I was good. I got blocked 4 years in.
Oh, you got blocked. So the first 4 you were straight, and then after those 4, you care to explain why you got blocked?
I'll probably say like 5. Probably like 5 years.
Why you got blocked?
Do you know the blocking moment?
Yeah, what'd you do to get blocked?
He's a hoe.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it every time.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you have it.
He's single on social media, you know.
Nah, that makes sense.
That's it.
Perfect. Okay, well, Mr. Sonic Boom, have you ever had this situation?
Not that I know of. Now, I've probably been blocked after the fact, but not that I know of.
Miss Trisha?
I have never been blocked during. I've been blocked after and then unblocked because you missed me. But nah.
So I'm the only dumbass. Okay.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, the dumbass was the one that was over there doing what he needed to do.
That part.
No, you're not.
I'm just.
I mean, how dumb can he be if it was working for 4 years?
Hey, come on now.
Listen, that's a whole story for another day.
And we got plenty podcasts for that story. Just FYI, we do not care. We will listen to your. So, I can honestly say yes, I've done that probably on multiple occasions. I'm talking about. Okay, let me give you the extent that I was blocked. She literally, right, was the first time in my life I actually turned my email notifications on. She would email me, right? They come through because I was blocked on everything. It is so sad, but it was like that. WhatsApp, I got hit on WhatsApp. I got emailed. Okay. So
you was sprung?
Huh?
Sound like you was sprung.
I mean, I can't listen.
It happens.
It happens to the best of us, bruh. She used to send me a Cash App request with a message on it. It just had and like it had like $1. It's like a Cash App request for $1, and it was like no, give me a time, and I'd be like bet, and I would hit. I didn't even accept the request because I was such a grateful guy. And just this show, my dumb ass be right in the car, riding right to the spot. So
Wait. She had you blocked or you had her blocked?
Oh, she had me blocked.
Yeah, Jody.
So why was she hitting you up if she had you blocked?
She want to keep him blocked, but she need to let him know. Pull up. She needs some.
Yeah, that.
Outward appearances.
Other crazy shit.
You should have accepted them dollars. I needed to know how many dollars you would have made.
Supposedly, I think I'm a Facebook comedian. I can't believe she would say some shit like that. Supposedly, and I be, every week it was who is this bitch on your podcast?
But I mean, it didn't stop her from wanting you, so she might as well have unblocked you.
That's what I said. Listen, these were the conversations we were having. I was like, why you Cash Apping me a message? Why you just don't unblock me? And she was like, you want this pussy or not? I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, you was you was the side piece. Yeah.
You want the block?
You know what's
box?
crazy though? Is like we cool now. Like we have 3 kids together. So like we're cool. But I got him blocked. So he had unblocked me to be nosy. And I saw in like one of my memories, and his name was highlighted that I was able to tag it. If they got you blocked, you can't tag it. Mm-hmm. So then I was looking at my memories and it was able to be tagged. And I said, hold up. I went up there, block. So now he on the block list.
How the tables turn.
Exactly.
I find out way later if somebody blocks me. I don't pay attention enough. Then I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know how long I was unblocked, but he got blocked as soon as I found out.
Yeah, Lola, have you ever?
Have I been blocked? Yeah. Are you gonna keep getting the blocks? Absolutely not. You block me, it's a wrap on site. So I've been blocked. My baby daddy blocked me. That's about it. Nobody else really. I don't beef with nobody when I'm with them. But that baby daddy beef and baby mama beef, it just be strong. Just it hits different.
What'd you do to my boy?
I just merely exist. It's traumatic. It's traumatic to just watch me flourish. It's tough. It's tough.
You know what? If I was your baby dad and I seen them carnival pics, I'd block your ass too. To be honest with you.
Yeah. That baby daddy, baby mama beef.
I think I'm blocked by my baby daddy too.
Yes.
You blocked by your baby daddy too?
Yeah.
Why are you blocked by your baby daddy?
No, okay, so first of all, you've seen my social media. I don't sub at all. I just post a lot of memes, and none of them have anything to do with my life half the time. I just post them. They're funny. But he would assume that they're about him, or people would assume that I'm doing it, so they would call him and tell him. And they had nothing to do with nobody. But now I'm blocked because he don't want to see me talking the mess that I'm not talking. So
I mean, when you feel guilty, everything's about you.
hey, that's why I'm just like, okay, you got me blocked, whatever. I'm still about to live this life. So
You know what? I will say this. I think I'm about as bad as Felicia because at one point I was living with somebody who had me blocked on Facebook. So I'm just as bad. Uncle Pudge.
Yo.
I know
The best revenge is success. So they just gotta watch you doing better than you did when you was with them. So
all my social medias is open.
Yeah, I love it.
Uncle Pudge. I know you got a story.
Got a couple maybe squared away, but
You got your first baby mama blocked?
she got me blocked, baby. I drove her nuts.
Oh no.
And the second one got me blocked. I pissed them all off, man.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, hey,
So
after that fucking show last week where you was like, don't lie to me, lie to your mama, I would have blocked your black ass too.
Hey, I get 2 out of 3 got me blocked. I only communicate with one on Facebook. But they all text though or email. I've been blocked afterwards. Now I'm the one doing the blocking, because I move in silence. Don't need to know what I'm doing. I ain't doing nothing, but you don't need to know that. But yeah, man, I got blocked. Whew. One of my kids' mom, she blocked me during a conversation.
That's my favorite. Ooh, I love it. During. That's my move right there. I mean, when I see those bubbles going, I just block.
Yeah.
Go write it in your journal, bitch.
Hey, I probably deserved it, man. My words they cut deep. I cut you. Got a sharp tongue, no filter. Blocked. I was like, I don't give a damn. And I went to go text her. I'ma still finish this.
And like I was saying,
right. Can't block me from texting. The court said that, so you don't hear every damn word I got to say.
Wait, it's court order. She can't block you. Then.
No, we gotta have each other numbers, addresses. So you're gonna hear every goddamn word I gotta say.
See, that's why I'm 40 with no kids, man. All these baby mama, baby daddy situations have soured me.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have had kids young, I wouldn't have had kids. Watching what I watch.
I feel like I was in one position to actually have a kid, and when
you still are, you're only 33.
Listen, like I said, I feel like I was in one position to have a kid, and we had a nice long conversation, and I was like, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, that ass fat, that's the reason why you pregnant, right? But as far as this custody thing, you talking about weekends and then if it's all right with you, can I just get full custody and we could just cut the shit and call it a day? You could be a deadbeat mom. I don't care.
Especially if it's a boy.
We never made it to the point where we found out the sex. We just found out she was pregnant, and I was just like, "Can I just get full custody and call it a day? You just go ahead and sign the papers. Let me get full custody and sign the day. You can be a deadbeat mom. You can come on the weekends, whatever. I don't give a shit." But I knew from that point I didn't want her having my child full time, so I was just like, "Nah, good. Let me be full time dad." But that never went anywhere, But other than that, yeah. So Niecy, right, said her baby daddy still got her blocked. So what is it with baby mamas and baby daddies blocking each other? Is that like a thing?
Man, that's an extension of that beef, that imaginary beef that you're supposed to have with each other.
Right.
Stupid.
I don't block mine. I don't. Why? So I don't care enough to. I think that's the thing.
Exactly.
So whatever.
That's like hanging up on somebody on the internet.
I miss those days of.
Hey, you remember we used to have the Nokia? What was it? What the Razor?
The Razor.
Bitch.
I might be in the middle of argument and on my iPhone, have to try to figure out that bitch goddamn screen.
It ain't responding. It's not picking up.
I just got that little side button. Oh, you talking? I don't know my ass.
I just blocked mine because I'm like, 5 years later, you want to unblock me? No, like that's not what we're doing. So that's why I blocked him. He the only person on my block list because I don't care to block people. But
I got other people on my block
it was just the principle for him. Like outside of that, cool, But he's not gonna be nosy when you have me blocked for 5 whole years.
See, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So, I do my research and yes, everybody on here, I go through your social media. Yes, whatever you post, I'm through it, right? So between Lola, Felicia, and Trish, right? If I was a better baby daddy, I'd be ready to fight all them niggas in y'all. Bruh, I swear to God, right? Me and Lola have been Facebook friends forever. I remember one day, right? One day she posted one of her carnival pics. And I posted right when she posted it. I was like, I'm just here to fuck with every nigga that come in here with that hey beautiful shit. And I swear to God, at about like an hour after she posted, it had to be like 6 or 7. You're so beautiful. Hey, beautiful. And I was like, look at these thirsty. I literally sat in the comments and roasted every single one of them niggas because I had time that day. I was like, I don't know why y'all saying hey beautiful. She not even react to your shit at all.
Crushing dreams.
Them niggas, hey, one dude, I never told you the nigga inboxed me, bro.
Oh Lord.
Say what?
My Facebook friends. I mean,
he inboxed me and he was like, I don't even know you like that, cuz why you jocking on my shit? You know what I'm saying? You a dick rider. I'm like, you the one up here, hey beautiful, and my dog to death. Like, I don't understand. I was like, don't do that. You embarrassing yourself.
Yeah. You take that con man shit out of here, man.
Yeah, get that hey beautiful shit out of here. She ain't trying to hear it. I said, have you noticed that out of like the 50 comments in this motherfucker, she's only replied to like 7 of them?
Pay attention to what we were responding to, and you'll get it. Either especially
just be like
no hey beautifuls. Like
it'd be like the same one that's in the inbox. Hey, good morning, hello, beautiful.
Be talking
You're
to
so
themselves.
pretty. Hello, good morning. Like
what y'all women don't understand is
I posted something on my story. Someone hit me up the other day, and his first message he sent me, I scrolled all the way back, was like in 2020. Like there's probably like 25 messages that I've never responded to. Like, why do you think today is gonna be the day, bro?
Because what happens is they're waiting for that moment where there's an opening in the wall.
Right. That moment of weakness.
I might be bored one day. I don't know.
He's waiting for his moment.
When I see you block your baby daddy, that's the moment.
Hey, when you post that F nigga free on your status, I'm in the door right then. I'm like, oh yeah, shields are down, Scotty, fire.
But also,
to shoot the shot now.
But also, what the ladies don't understand is, he said like it's 20 messages and only 7 responses. That's 7 too many. That's 7 too many. You've given me 7 glimpses of hope.
No.
No,
she responds to like
other people.
She posted a picture. She responded to like 7 other people, but it's like 50 niggas in on the hey beautiful shit. She's like, she's only responding to certain people. Right?
And usually girls, when it's like girls get hard eyes, they get the little hearts.
Right,
they get
stuff.
Or she'll tell me,
worthy.
Get off my post being messy, whatever.
Or what is that? What I posted today on Instagram. somebody went straight for the kill. He said, "Look, inbox me for to be your sugar daddy."
He got a son.
Like, huh?
Benji said, "I have those problems. I get a response on my first shot."
That's Mr. Banks, though.
We need to see a picture. I need to
Benji
see
been on the podcast. Listen,
Yeah.
first of all, you got okay. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, and then we're gonna move on. There's levels to it. Some of us, right? Some of us guys, right, are better looking than other guys. So no, I'm not gonna hit her inbox and be like, "Oh, hey, beautiful." No, man, you gotta comment on the little shit on the post. You know what I'm saying? You got put it on her page so she knows it's real, and then you work your way to the inbox. You don't just jump in the inbox first, nigga. There's levels to this.
I had that rule a few years ago, and dude still wasted my time. So now I don't even give a damn if you put it on my timeline.
I don't talk to nobody from social media, regardless. So,
I don't went on a few dates.
Exactly.
I don't went on dates. I don't went on a date or two.
Man, ever since AOL, we getting online boxing since AOL.
Yeah,
I met one person off of Facebook, and I mean he was a good dude. He turned out to be a really good dude. I just like what I like, and that just wasn't my type. So you know,
was he too short?
Sometimes you gotta
look too short.
Yeah, too short. I'm up there 5'2".
How you do that?
I'm 5'8". I am 5'8". I'm not short. You know what I'm saying?
We climbing trees over here.
See, y'all women be like, I'm 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". I be like, I don't give a damn, shorty. I'm 5'10" too. What it do? I don't give a shit.
Nah, he didn't care. He didn't care. But I mean, he was 5'3", bro.
See, I knew it. 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah.
You can't protect nobody in a fight. Like a
chihuahua. My daughter
was cool though. Like he was real cool. But then this like 6'3" chocolate man, you know, came into my store. And I was like,
haven't you learned from Tyler Perry movies? All chocolate men are abusive. Stop it.
Hey, now
she ended up blocking him.
She ended up blocking him.
No. We together. That's my boyfriend. We together. We good.
This the one you ditched me for last Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let him slide. Let him slide this time.
I know. I really would. I swear to God, I would have been on that podcast. And I love sports. Like I really would have.
I know.
He gonna tell me 52 minutes before the podcast,
girl. And I'm like,
that sounds about right.
I'm having a drink, Yodi.
Listen, don't do that.
We got one Sunday.
One Sunday. So y'all
7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making mine like, I don't know, maybe Monday night. I don't know. Because everybody got one. There's a Tuesday, there's a Wednesday, there's a Sunday. I'd be busy Saturday.
I mean, it don't matter. Your day is your day regardless.
I know.
We love to have you on that Sunday. So listen, it's Uncle Telly's favorite time of the week. It's corner time with Uncle Pudge. Uncle Pudge, who is going to the corner this week? Who done pissed you off this week?
Oh my God. We got to start with NBA Youngboy. That motherfucker himself.
Another baby.
This dude.
Oh yeah.
He called himself. First, I ain't never heard. When I first heard him, NBA Youngboy, I thought it meant the actual NBA. Like, who this motherfucking basketball player? But then, my wife like, no, that's never broke again. Then I found out this dude having his 10th child and he 22. I'm like, that name need to change because your ass a finna be broke again. Shit. 10 kids and you only 22? Man, what the hell are you out here doing? And I know it ain't about one woman because ain't no one woman having.
No, hell no. He got like 6-7 baby mamas for sure.
So I'm dude.
He got one kid with Floyd Mayweather's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yaya.
Oh,
she crazy.
Yeah, she crazy. Yaya, she crazy.
Now you gonna mess with the GOAT? You gonna mess with his daughter?
He had to make sure he got in the family. He in the family now.
I can't really blame him for that one.
I don't know, man. 10 kids though, 22. Now, I don't know, man. That dude need to be neutered or something, because can't be out here making all these babies. Because the thing is he taking care of all these babies?
Ain't
Probably
none
not.
Apparently he is.
but ain't none of his baby mamas complaining though.
Right.
Listen,
Ain't
it is
none of his mamas
impossible.
saying, I don't get no child support.
It is impossible. Ain't that many hours in the day to take care of great. Okay, money is one thing, but to actually like take care and spend time ain't not enough hours in the day when you got 10 kids in 8 different households.
He pulling up the party bus and everybody going to Disney.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm like, shit, it's hard with 3. I got 3 by 3 different women. I had to put them on the same page, and it's rough. This dude got 10.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I got 7 in my own house, and my patience is spread thin. You know what I'm saying? Like 10. Mm-mm.
Yeah, nah.
So he got to go sit his ass down.
Not spending time, but ain't nobody complaining. Cause like, listen to this, right? You know, as soon as a female not getting that child, that C support, she go to talking shit. It end up on the shade room. I can honestly say this: I ain't never seen one of NBA young boys' baby mamas talking shit about him not paying up on the shade room.
Because he taking
yet.
He taking advice from Nick Cannon. Shit,
he giving that Nick Cannon advice.
But yeah, that Nick Cannon money though.
He got some bread.
He ain't got Nick Cannon.
Exactly. They're young.
He got Nick Cannon money, but he got some bread.
I ain't saying he ain't got no bread, but he gonna stop baking in a minute, because
he got
10 kids. He gonna run out.
He's 22 with 10. He's barely getting started.
Thank you.
Okay.
Man, what if I just bought some land and put y'all all off grid? Right,
Look.
all my families all on one plot of land.
The heifers that don't could be in this house. The heifers that
sister wives.
Hey, boom. Boom. He can buy half of that land. Arie bought money back. Boom. He can buy half of that land. Money back and take that and flip it.
I can't front, like, that's something. 10 kids. I wish I had the wherewithal to handle that responsibility. Like somebody like Nick Cannon, he's in the position to do it.
Because
even NBA young boy
is mature enough to pick women.
I wish I had the ability to do it and the financial strength to do it, but then even then, I still wouldn't do it.
Right. I mean, when I was younger, I was like, I'm on 17 kids.
Oh,
I'm gonna have a big family. Man, I started popping out 1. I like cool 2. I like cool 3. I like fuck this shit. They cost. I'm like, I'm
and
done.
money aside, if you're not the parent who's in the household on a daily basis, it's easy, right? It's easy to pop in and pop out, and I gotta go on tour. I gotta do this.
I can just take them to the playground for the day.
Yeah, when you gotta deal with sick kids, with hungry kids, with taking them. It takes me 2 hours every day to pick up kids and drop off kids at school. You know what I mean? Like that's all that stuff adds up.
It does. But I think that a lot of time women that say that they're discounting how hard a man has to work to maintain those households. And if he's any type of real man, he don't want to be away from his family either, and it's hurting him. At the same time. So I
guess where I'm coming from is
it's also stressful but different.
Yeah, it's rearing. I'm talking about rearing adults. Like when you have children, you're making humans that are going to carry the next generation on. That's how I view it. So I don't really care about the money or the time more. So I'm like, do I have what it takes to make these people to be good people? You know what I mean? And that takes time, not just money. So that's where I come from. It's like, are you really being able to teach kids lessons that need to be taught? Are you able to establish routines and get them where they need to be if you're just popping in and popping out?
Well, if you have the money and that's your mindset, then you have the ability to set those things in place. You can give them the best education. You can also organize and coordinate so that I got all my kids this amount of time every month.
Mm-hmm.
I think people try to make it. I think people try to make it hard. I think people try to make it hard. If you want to make it easy, you can.
Yeah.
My
Right?
thing
'Cause there's
is, do
people-
all these
there's-
kids know each other?
There's
Yeah,
people right
right.
now with one child who have no time for them.
That's true.
We're gonna talk
Yeah.
about it in a minute. We're gonna talk about it in a minute.
Oh man.
We talk about 10 kids. You could send 10 kids to the best school, but I'm sure they'd much rather have their daddy full time.
Exactly. And do they know each other? Now that's the biggest thing.
They do though. I'm gonna say this right. I've watched this dude over the years, and like he literally has like
Over the years, the man was just 15. They know over the years.
That's when he started.
Over the years, man.
I'm
He's
just
22.
saying, I won't say he's got 10 kids, but I can say this for the most part, from what I've seen via social media, that NBA young boy has been a somewhat decent father out here in these streets. Now, as far as his street stuff, iffy. But as far as a father, nobody has really said he's an ain't shit dad. Like he's definitely
Won't he just in jail?
Yeah, he was definitely in jail.
Oh, okay.
How old is
How's
his
that a good
oldest?
father? I'm just asking. How's that a good father?
You know what? He's still taking care of his kids from jail, where a lot of bum ass niggas ain't taking care of their kids and they out.
Man, money ain't taking care of them.
10 C's at the age of 22. Ain't no money in the world. Like, them
I just
kids
want to know
at
how
the
old
end
is
of the
his
day.
oldest. I want to know when he started.
Probably when he was like 12. Shit.
Look,
Right,
man,
probably like at
these
13.
kids are growing up with 2-parent households, resenting their parents and never talking to them again.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think a lot of people want to find the worst case scenario. If you want to make it work, you can make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
With 10
I mean, if that, but
by
see,
8 different women.
the thing is, it's working for him in some type of way, and I mean, he's probably spread it out then to where it's like one child per woman, maybe, so that woman isn't over here overwhelmed because she really is just that one kid, like, and he providing whatever resources she really needs. She probably really don't even got to work like that, so she can really dedicate to doing whatever is needed for that kid. Like, I don't know, he making it work some way where all these heifers is happy, so I can't be mad at it. If and as long as the kids is being raised right, who am I to say something?
They take cute pics with him, so I give him that. So listen,
Grass is always greener on social media. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
They could post a picture. He was only there for 20 minutes, guys.
Hey, put that on the t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was my daughter. My daughter listening. She said he was 16 when he had his first kid, and the girl was 14. I said,
Shy.
"Well, there you have it."
Oh, guess what? It's my favorite.
Thank you, Mini Me.
Right. She said, "Here you go."
Thank you, little Trish. So it's my favorite. It's my favorite time of the week. My favorite time where I damn near get canceled every week.
He needs some milk.
Oh man, memes of the week. This is every week I post.
And this is when I tell everybody these are not my thoughts. These are strictly Jody's thoughts.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So first meme of the week is brought to you by Mr. Who Loves Your Baby himself. If you are, I'm not even gonna say it. Just know he wanted me to post this. So here you go.
Yes, I did.
Since it's football season, I like a wake-up call. Dallas Cowboys are not a Super Bowl team and never will be with Jerry Jones as an owner. Shots fired. Because it is football season. So all the Cowboy fans.
Big Ken in the comments like.
I
don't know if he in there. He was up there earlier.
He gonna see it. He gonna see it.
He gonna see it. Oh man, I mean.
When a transgender got Alzheimer's and goes to the toilet, where are they?
Damn. Damn.
When your sugar mama sees you wearing them gray sweatpants, she sold for you.
Not she sold for you. Yes. Let me knit you some, baby boy.
She said, "Hey, she looking like my young man."
Said, all right now.
Pulling hair during sex is old as fuck. take her wig off and put it on your head.
That's when it's over. You got to go because you might need the glue after that. Like you gotta go.
Man, if I find out you got a wig, it's over.
I don't really care about the wig. Just don't come to my house talking about you getting comfortable. Maybe you got a wig on still. I'll put your bonnet on. You want to get comfortable.
So don't take it off.
But if you ain't in bonnet and fuzzy socks, you ain't comfortable in my house. I'm just saying.
True.
Wrong hole. They both stink.
Yeah.
Please, Jody, please.
Yeah. Both cats.
Me on Judgment Day waiting. God, I just paid for the abortions. She the one that actually got out.
Wow. You ain't innocent.
Listen. And so I like to kick it up a notch. I like to add a couple videos to our memes of the week. My boy sent me this one. He's a cop, and he says he's rolled up the calls just like this.
With the family stuff, like your family's so perfect, your brother's a pervert.
Don't talk to me about the sexual habits of family members. What about your sister?
My sister's been through a lot.
Of dick.
Yeah. Just imagine, just gotta hold it in as a cop. Stay professional.
So remember a couple episodes ago we talked about what? Make sure you ain't got wet out ladies for them kids put it in their backpack and think it's a pencil sharpener.
Wow.
Ladies, put them roses up. Ladies, put them roses up. This is why you put the roses up.
Why did you put that on your face? Move. Why would you put that on your face? Let me see. Let me see. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see?
Now
he got pink eye.
Right.
Now my boy can go to school smelling like fish in his eye all damn day.
He got stink eye.
So listen, it's football season, so I wanted to incorporate a little bit of football in my memes of the week, and I normally do a club shay the kind of pick on the biggest loser of the week, and so we all watch college football this weekend, and we all seen pretty much the biggest loser of this week. I don't even think I have to say it. They got 100 uniforms and 0 national championships.
Oregon.
So this last one is dedicated to the Oregon Ducks.
All right, guys, let me just say this. All right, this ain't no Arie Spears production. All right, it ain't no little boys in this room. Right, I'm talking to grown-ass men. All right, so y'all gonna be held accountable. All right, to give it to the tight end. Right, here's Jacobs. All right, my uniform looks so nice. That's all that really matters to me. All right, I should make this tackle. All right, but I ain't put in no work this whole offseason. Didn't lift up a thing, not even the name of Jesus. So I get tossed to the side like grape tomatoes on a salad, and I got to watch the rest of the play from my back, like Abraham Lincoln. All right, now right here, this should be a head-on collision, right? Mano y mano. All right, but hey, I already know he's the better man. No need to test it out. All right, so I'm going to put my head down, hope for the best, and get cleared like search history, right? All right, quarterback rolls out, right, and take a look at Charles. Hey, I'm in position, finally gonna make a play. Oh no, we changed his directions. I wasn't expecting that, right? I'm not really an athlete. Once I stop, it takes me longer to start than Grand Theft Auto Vice City, right? All right, here comes your teammates, right? This guy right here just pisses down his leg, falls on his face. All right, guy right here just swinging like his mom and dad. All right, and then, of course, we got Farmers Insurance for a secondary, just not covering a damn thing. Touchdown. All right, now everybody take a look at Peters on this play, right? Gets a free run, goes after the wrong guy. Even if it was the right guy, he would have missed a tackle. All right, and realized he'd been had, and now he just looked like 6'9" on the witness stand. All right, now who's the end to this side, right? Davis. All right, son, nothing should get outside of you. You got contained. All right, so what happened? I don't know. All right, maybe we should put your mama in. Everybody stays inside of her.
You know what? That might not be a bad idea. I know she can take on a double team. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Dirty.
The commentary was insane. Like, wait.
Look like men amongst boys out there.
What?
He got me with the. I know you can put your mom out there. She could take on the double team. I like, boy.
I seen it. Like, wait.
Boy. That game was brutal. That was
horrible. Like, horrible defense by far.
We're gonna hop into some of these comments right quick. So we got my boy Chris. He has not established career long enough for it. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't got long money, of course.
My grandpa had 16 and owned half of Fairfield County in Texas. It's possible to do it of all his kids' property. Okay, see, look at grandpa out here doing the right thing.
Good job, grandpa.
Look at grandpa Benji. Oh, his comment. I ain't worried about it. Y'all teams ain't.
I knew it. Well, I tell you.
You don't even know what my team is, though.
You got Telly, don't do that. Don't do that. We got some eyeballs in here. She said, but that rose suck. Ain't that a bitch? Boy.
That rose is
That's abuse. If I leave my gun out and the kid play with it, I'm in trouble. So why is she not in trouble for leaving the rose out?
Rose ain't gonna kill him.
She can't kill
Hey,
him.
yo, he might have lost his eyesight. He almost put his eye out.
You better hope no bitter baby daddy see that video. You going straight to court. Bitch, unblock me so I can talk to my son. Hide your rose. Mr. Banks say, what in the Pornhub is going on?
Man, because Carlos think eyes.
Yeah, school playing with the magic sword that smell like rust. Stop it. Nick Smith said that Jackson State game was worse.
Shout out to Dion.
Yeah, shout out. He been doing big things down there.
Right?
And they ain't even got no water. And he still got them boys
He's
playing.
still making it happen.
Hey, I know I'm the hater, but yeah, of course Dion looked good playing a bunch of D2 schools. Anyway,
yeah, let's move on, man.
Yeah, anyway, because I don't rock with no Seminoles around here. So, our side note of the week, ladies and gentlemen, Arie Spears, Tiffany Haddish creepy skit gets leaked. We talked about this a little bit with my boy Bloom this Sunday, but we're gonna talk about it amongst ourselves. So I'm pretty sure everybody has seen enough of the video to gather or grasp the concept of it. They were playing a skit as if what happens when you leave your kid with the creepy uncle. So what's everybody's take? And of course, Tiffany Haddish and Arie Spears have both come out and said it's a shakedown for money, and they said X, Y, and Z, and they can't really talk about it because of lawyers and legal cases. So, quickly go around the room. What is everybody's take on that? Start with you first, Miss Trisha. What is your take on that situation in itself?
Oh my God, there's so many different takes. First of all, comedy gone wrong. It's not funny. Like, if you're trying to bring awareness, there's a different way. So it's all bad. Now, the parent, I can't think of anything because my daughter did modeling a little bit and whatnot. There's not one show, if I can't make it, mama, uncle, cousin, somebody that's, gonna be, watching my child to make sure everything, if they can't make, my child's not going anywhere without me or whatever, someone there to make sure that their well-being and safety and everything. I'm watching every part of what's going on. Like, I'm gonna know. So that's another part that I was just like, that's something I don't see even happening because of that. That it's not gonna happen. But at the end of the day, I don't know if I feel like it's them trying to get money out of them. I feel like made a mistake, and it was a poor one. And it's take the truth, be accountable.
Okay, Miss Lola.
I think I come from an era. First of all, I haven't seen it in full transparency, so I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I haven't taken the time to see it. So I may be more outraged after I see the video. But I think I come from an era where nothing was really off limits to comedians. Comedians could pretty much touch on every subject, no pun intended, and and really say what was on their mind, and nothing was controversial. And so I think I'm a bit desensitized to some of the outrage that comes from things that comedians say because of the era that I grew up in. So that may have something to do with it. So I do think that it may have been distasteful, but I don't think it was anything. I don't think it's what people are making it out to be either. But again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really formulate a full opinion on it either.
Okay. Boom.
Ah, man. Well, I think it's important that you do see it to really have to really express your opinion on this, because it's not good. It's not good. First of all, I think it's overall that these adults failed these children. Every adult around these children failed them, right? I think it is a money grab, because I'm always wary of anyone talking about some type of sexual assault. And excuse me, I wasn't supposed to say that, but rape or anything like that. And the first thing you do is look for monetary damages.
Ask you to do, okay? Be good. All right, thank you so much. If you need anything, just call me, okay?
Are you playing? What you playing in the background?
Right.
I don't know who that was.
I don't know.
That wasn't me. Any type of allegations like that, and the first thing you do is look for monetary damages. If I feel like someone has been wronged in my family or myself, I want them prosecuted more than I want money. And they said this person tried to settle for $15,000 in the past. That's all your child's innocence is worth, $15,000.
Right.
Then secondly, they said it's not a mother. This is the guardian of the two children.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, this boy is the second child that was with Aries and Tiffany Haddish. The first one was the girl, and she didn't want to follow through. She felt uncomfortable with what they had her doing. Right? So then subsequently, the boy ends up there. Like, what kind of parent is that? Your daughter said she was uncomfortable. So how did your son end up over there? So I got to question them. And then Tiffany, the first child felt uncomfortable. So you went and got a second one?
She needed to get her stuff.
Right. She felt like, yo, this skit must go on. It has to happen. Like once again, you got to see it. It's not good.
It's not.
Right. And my main thing is, who thought this was funny? Like, I feel you when you saying, like, we come from an era when 10, 15 years ago, it wouldn't be this uproar right now. It wouldn't, but right. It's now. So seeing it now is kind of crazy, and it still wasn't funny. And the question is, who thought it was? That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna give my little 2 cents. I'm with Boone. I'm always wary of anybody that asks for money before justice. It's like you always want money before justice. It sounds like a shakedown as per usual. And the fact that you waited, this shit was shot 8 years ago and it never made the surface a day. I'm pretty sure what ended up happening was they finally looked at the skit and was like, hey, yo, this shit ain't what it is. Let's scratch this, right? And now it's made the light of day somehow. So I feel like somebody leaked this shit because because basically we want some money. We want some money from it. So we leaked this video. And so for me, it's a shakedown. But watching the video, it's very disturbing. It's very triggering to some people. I can understand people who've been through those type of incidences with especially with family members, how triggering that video could have been, because basically Arie Spears is playing this creepy uncle with this kid kind of borderline playing in his drawers.
Yeah, he's
it's very creepy. You know what I'm saying? It's very like, bruh, this is
lustful, desirable looks, and it's like,
yeah. So it was like, yeah, no, if y'all were shooting for funny, it wasn't funny. By all no stretch of it wasn't.
Yeah. And using literal children is also absurd. Like, a Mad TV days, when you have an adult that is posing as a child makes more sense than using an actual child.
Right.
Yeah. So with it. After I watched the video, it just was bad. It was bad on Tiffany. It was bad on Arie. It was bad on the whole studio. It's bad on the parents. And if you're gonna ask for any money from damages, you need to get it from the parents too for letting them kids do that. I think this is one of those ones where everybody in the circle has to be held accountable, because at a certain point, like Boone said, every adult in that situation failed those.
They failed them.
That shit shouldn't have shot. Yeah, I'm honestly, you should have read the script and been like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where's the parenting on that part, the protection? Because you can put it on, of course, the comedians, of course, and the people at the studio and stuff, but at the same time, why are you that like big on, oh my God, Tiffany Haddish, oh my God, Arie Spears, go ahead. Like, no. Like, let me see this.
Tiffany Haddish wasn't even that big back
then.
Right. Aries was the man back then.
Arie was the dude.
But it's just like, I don't care who you are. Let me see. This is my child. Like, let me see the skit. Let me read it. What is my kid gonna be doing? I'm gonna be there. Like, what? That there's no way that wouldn't have happened under my belt like that. And that's how you.
That's because you're one of us. Like, you're like us. You're a responsible parent. Because even when my nephew, goes to his football games and they're getting dressed in, guess where I'm sitting? Right outside the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm sitting right there. I'm right there. You need me? I'm in earshot. Like nothing's getting past us. So you're a responsible adult. That's what happens when you're out.
For it to happen.
That's what happens when you're not with kids for some type of money.
Yeah. For it to happen to the daughter or sister, and then to bring the son back or the little boy back, it's kind of like, that is like, what are we doing here? Because she vocalized she didn't feel uncomfortable and didn't want to follow through with it. So if you watch it, Lola, you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah, you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? Miss Felice.
Yes. Yeah.
You seen the video?
Oh, I've seen the video. It's not funny. It's not. I mean, for me, it's all about the perception of the individual. Like Trisha Michelle said, I mean, if the girl didn't want to do it first, why would you send a boy? Like, that, to me, that doesn't even make any sense. But when it comes to the monetary thing, I don't know, maybe they feel like they're not going to win in a court of law. You know what I'm saying? So they might as well gain it something somewhere to teach someone a lesson.
So
because a lot of times,
so you went in the court of public opinion?
No, like, even, I mean, that could destroy their whole, you know what I'm saying? Their whole persona. So that could be more damaging as well. I'm just saying they might not get something done, because a lot of times, honestly, like things like that, like, it doesn't really go to the fullest extent of the law. Like, people get probation. You know what I'm saying? People get 6 months, for hurting a child. It's a child, and then it was so long ago and nobody spoke up, and there's a lot of things that could have, maybe they already spoke with an attorney and the attorney's like, hey, this is probably best case scenario, worst case scenario. I mean, we don't know, but the parents, the guardian, failed those kids in every aspect. Like, it wasn't funny. I saw the video. It was just disturbing to me. I mean, I have 7 kids, and they're with me and I take care of them. And there's no monetary value price tag that you could have put that I would have been like, go ahead. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not $1. Like, there's no price tag you could have put on that. So they were failed in every aspect. But just because they want money now, maybe they tried other avenues. I mean, nobody really knows. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was
15,000 though.
I think what I was reading and kind of watching earlier is she was saying that she did reach out to them to try to not take it to where it is now, because she says, I guess there is some mental trauma that the kids are experiencing, and that she's trying to put them through therapy and these other things. And so when declined on the outside, now she's taking it. Now she's bringing it out. That's supposedly what's happening.
Right. I mean, nobody really, you know what I'm saying? Even us, we don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
All we can know is the shit won't funny.
Yeah. So, and this is my big. I'm gonna let Uncle Telly finish us off. What I don't want is for people to all of a sudden think that Tiffany Haddish and Arie Spears are like fucking sex offenders. It was a bad skit. Yes. Distasteful. Yes. But what we're not about to do is paint them as like fucking sexual sex offenders, and I can't trust them around kids because that it was a skit. That is not their real life. They're under fire for inherently making a bad joke. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad joke that should have been stopped at the writing process, and it wasn't. So
But
that's
you
what
could
they're under fire for.
You could legally be labeled a sex offender for less.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
That's true. But the way the world is now, you know, cancel culture and everything else. As soon as that came out, they were already depicted as sex offenders by the rest of the world. It already their image by a lot of people changed.
Like the public opinion is sometimes worse than the fucking court.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think one thing that people are missing is if you see the video, Tiffany dropped the kid off and said, "Do whatever your uncle tells you to do."
Yeah.
That's scary.
The grooming behind it,
right? Because depending on your where your child's mindset is, they might just do whatever he tells him to do.
The literal fact of it, and that's the scary part.
Yeah.
So maybe changed person now, better decisions now, but back then, who knows what she might have been back then. Maybe Tiffany ain't that no more. People change, but there was some bad decisions on top of a bad skit.
Mm-hmm. It's one of them things. It's like I'm so glad that camera phones weren't out when we were growing up because I think we did some dumbass shit that didn't need to be recorded either. Uncle Bud, Mr. Who Loves You, Baby. Did you see the video?
That's what when y'all heard it playing. That's what I was watching.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, let me see what they talking about. Now, when I seen the little boy in his drawers, that's automatically pissed me off because, you know, I'm a dad of 2 boys, and I got my nephews, and there's no way I have my kids around in their underwear. Around, I don't give a damn if you my uncle, my mama, or anybody. They're not around in their underwear. They're not even around with me in their underwear. So I'm like, let me see what everybody talking about. And yeah, those 2 made some poor decisions. Because for me, if somebody say we're gonna do a skit and you're gonna be looking, you know, creepy Uncle Pudge, you're gonna be looking at your nephew like, hell no, man. I'm like, you out your damn mind. Because I don't do that. I don't give a damn how much money you laying in my face.
Exactly.
I don't do that. That's just not in my nature to even play like that. And I'll tell you why, because, you know, in my family, there's a motherfucker like that for real. You know, like an uncle like that. My mama told me the story. And he was, his wife went to work one day or pretended to go to work. Came back, dude fucking molesting they kid and shit. And it's like, motherfuckers show
breathing?
up. Yeah. So they show up at the family reunions. You know, motherfuckers be trying to keep that type of shit under wraps in the black family. Pretty sure y'all know.
Did he do time?
I don't think he did.
Is that my point?
I don't
That's
think
my
he
point.
did. But you know,
say nothing.
right? Because you know, in the black community,
they're trying to
you
keep
know,
it
you got to
inside.
keep it under wraps and shit.
The white people keeping it under wraps too.
I'm just saying, in our community,
White people could keep a lot of things under wraps.
right? You know, I'm just saying, in our community, we all got that one fucked up uncle who, or aunt, or whoever, cousin, you know, to do some shit like that. But you know, and they try to keep that even from the family. But you know, it came out of the family reunion. Big ass fight happened. You know, because somebody spoke up and said, "Get that motherfucker out of here." I don't give a fuck who he is, like uncle, whoever.
Big
you know,
time.
he doing this, doing that, and I was like, "Oh." So, yeah, it was in bad taste, bad decisions. I mean, you shouldn't make that type of bad decision. Something within you should be saying, "You know what? No, that's all right. You know that. No, I can't play around with that. Exactly. We can do some other stuff, but that right there, no."
They made the decision twice, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And my thing is, there's a different way to convey that message. And then, like you said, as I was watching Arie Spears' part, I'm like, how can you be okay with this part?
Right, like
how? I don't care how much money. How?
Yeah, especially a kid, man. That's the one thing. You want me to fuck you up? You mess with a kid, man. It ain't even gotta be my kid or related to me. You got kids and you got domestic abusers. I will fuck y'all up on sight because of that stuff, man. Like, I don't play that stuff. And so for you to, like I said, for you to go out and say willingly to do this, like, what's wrong with you? Like,
and twice. That's where it just makes it all bad.
You know, so you can see why people think
put into a bag.
You know, they got some predatorial things because he did it twice. Like, shit, I'll look at you like, well, you did it twice, dog. So you trying to say something? You trying to let something out, or what's going on? Did somebody touch you like this, or something behind this? Because you just don't do some stupid shit like that twice. Like, that's all I gotta say.
Some stuff just ain't funny, so that's good.
Right.
You know how that's part of the
kids is just off limits.
Right, children.
Yeah. Like, and I like I like the humor that makes you like, damn, I hope nobody heard me laughing.
Like, I'm here for it. Yeah,
I'm here for dark humor, but I'm not here for anything with kids. I heard a joke the other day, and I think I posted it. That motherfucker said, "What's harder than family?" And I was like, "What?" It was like, "Whatever tree Paul Walker hit," and I was like, "God damn!" I was like, "Boy," I was like, "Come on, man!" But it's like people might be mad about the joke, but it ain't no kids involved, so I'm gonna laugh at it, right?
Right, you get your fucked up like me and my family, man. We see car accidents, we fucking cracking up laughing. Everybody walk away, but we still think it's funny. We got problems in this family. Like they like, why you think that shit's so funny? I don't know. You see the way that motherfucker ran though. I'm like, that shit just funny to me. I don't know why. Yeah, I need to seek therapy, but ain't no kids involved.
Right. Benji got a point. Folks trying to be relevant or do anything to stay that way. He got a point.
I think that's how they ended up in that skit. Like, you doing too much.
You do that. That was too much on the basket. That was too much on the basket. But ayo, y'all know what time it is. Time for our So tonight's main topic, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. We talking about mama's boys. Now we also gonna slash my son is my husband. You know the women we talking about where their son is everything, and that seems like the only man that's consistently in their life because legally he has to be. So let me give you some examples of mama's boys. If we all watch the show Blackish, I presume we're all familiar with the show Blackish. Junior in his relationship with his mom was a little mama's boy. Andre, his relationship with his mom is a little mama's boy. Y'all watch what was it, Steve Harvey show? Think Like a Man. Old boy's character and his mom.
Oh yeah.
That was mama's boy. So got some ladies on the show. Have y'all ladies ever dealt with a mama's boy? Because I've heard some stories about women dealing with mama's boys.
I really haven't, but like I'm like raising one, and it really like I don't know how to like stop it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really on my end; it's more so on his end. But he's just little, so it's like.
How old is he?
He's 7.
But that's 7. That's
but
a little boy loves his mom.
He real extra. Like he real extra. I have 6 boys, right? He's real extra. I ain't seen nothing like it. So I just, like my boyfriend, I mean, he be trying to like, push him like in the other direction. He just, I don't know. He just clings. He's too clingy. It's like, it's scary sometimes. Like,
is that his father?
Huh?
Is that his father?
Nah.
That's gonna be difficult. It can be difficult.
Yeah.
I would say for me, I haven't come across it. No.
I haven't
thankfully.
dated one though.
I
Nah.
I haven't dated one, and my son is not one, which is I did a good job. Shoot, single mom over here. Shoot, we hung out, we kicked it, we did stuff, but he's not a little mama's boy. Thank God he's not a little, his chest out. He good.
Okay. Lo, you ever dealt with a mama's boy?
No, I've never dealt with a mama's boy. Personally, anyone I've ever dated has had the utmost respect and honor for their mom for sure, but definitely not a mama's boy in any way, shape, or form. And I know I couldn't deal with that. Personally, I know I couldn't deal with that. So my youngest, he's kind of clingy too. I'm sure I contribute to that. His dad does level it off, and he get up in his chest, and we butt heads a lot about that because he doesn't see it from my point of view, and I don't see it from his point of view. But like I told him, that's what makes it work, right? We balance each other out. So don't jump on me for loving on him, and I won't jump on you for telling him to do boxing and and stop crying, about your ice cream dropping on the floor, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Whoa! Is it the last ice cream? Because if it is,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I might calm it down. So, I am nowhere close to a mama's, but I am my father's child through and through. I act just like my daddy. If you met my daddy for 5 minutes, you'd be like, "Yep, that's his child." But I've seen some mama's boys, and we talk about mama's boys because we're always on this podcast trying to hold these mirror up. Because my job is I want to hold the mirror up so women can see that you are not God's gift to earth. Sometimes you're annoying as shit. You better, right? So I want to be fair and put the fellas on blast. And I've seen some mama's boys. And I think people think like mama's boys are men who are like attached at the hip. So like my boy said, shit like it's bad bringing your mom on the honeymoon. That is some that's mama boy shit. But there's other levels to mama's boys. When you have a grown ass man that has a lot of female tendencies, that is mama boy issues. Okay, nigga, you are a 35-year-old male version of your mother. That's mama boy shit. That means you have a creepy attachment to your mother that you mimic her behavior and you need to do better. And that's mama boy shit. And I've seen that with men who've had dads in their lives. You just crap to your mother. And it goes hand in hand with the women who treat my son as my husband. I've seen some women with some weird ass attachments to their sons. It's you do everything with your son. One of my biggest red flags is a woman who will tell me, I just want you to know I'm gonna pick my son over you every time. You don't have to tell me that, motherfucker. I would expect you to. I'm your nigga. That's your son. I don't need you to tell me that you're gonna put him over me. I would expect you to put him over me. Matter of fact, if you didn't put your son over me, if you put me over your son, I'd look at your motherfucking ass like you different and crazy as hell. You are a mother. I always expect any woman that I deal with to be a mother first. I'll never ask you to put me over your child. And if you got especially your son, I'm gonna make sure my son. Women are like when we had the debate, who eats first, the man or the kids. And there were women that were like, my son always gonna eat first. That gives me red flags. I'm like, what the fuck? Like honestly, ask yourself this, right? And hear me out. If you're standing in the kitchen fixing plates and you fix your man plate first, how long are your kids gonna go without their plate? What, 30 seconds? 40 seconds at the fucking tops? I mean, like, what difference does it make?
Exactly.
I'm fixing my plate first. I'm fixing my
I
plate.
love you for that, Lola. Because I don't like when the woman go last.
Honestly, you know who gets their plate first? Whatever scoop of fucking food if I happen to hit a little scoop first, then little man get his shit first. If I happen to hit a big scoop first, then I'm getting my shit first. It's whoever scoops first, bro.
See, for me, I make all of the plates at once, so they're all made.
And go get your plate.
Go get your plate.
That's how I am.
Like now, the order you gather them in, that's on y'all. But all of these plates are made.
Basically,
I
get out
played
my face.
his, the kids, everybody made it at the same time.
Once you hit elementary school, fix your own damn plate.
And then now, and then that's the other
That's how I
part.
grew up.
My son grown as heck. Like he'd be like, "Mom, where my plate?" On the
in the
stove,
pot.
Like it just depends. Like if I ain't really making nobody's plates, my kids is older now, so it's like I'll cook and eat, make my plate. It's just me here. Like, and then as they trickle in back from whatever they doing, then make their plate. But when they were younger, I just make all the plates all at once.
Lola, don't do my little dog like that. don't do my little dog like that.
And do. Wash your hands. I sit right here, right where I'm at right now. Make sure you wash your hands before you go in my pot. I'll be right here, tearing my shit up. That I cook.
Kitchen warden over there. Boy, have you ever seen any mama's boys run across any mama's boys?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it's a lot of them out here. One way you'll see it is when a man allows his mom to run his relationship with his wife. You know, like he got to run decisions through his mom, or his mom is, you know, he might have had plans to do something with his wife, but mom, whenever she calls, everything gets thrown out the window. Like he just got to cater to her and do everything, and she's basically competing for the passenger seat. You know, like ladies, how would you feel if his mom came into town? Are you giving up the passenger seat?
No, I'm not.
I would, mainly because I like to stretch out, but I definitely understand. Like you're not coming up in my household and running my household.
Okay, so I seen this shit right where the dude's mom came to the house and was basically like, I want her to cook you a meal so I can see if it's good enough for you.
Girl, I don't even cook like that.
Is that like is that like overstepping a boundary? Because I felt like you doing, because like I know one thing you don't play about a woman's kitchen. Like you get the hell out of her kitchen. Like what you doing? So she was in the kitchen, like eyeballing her cooked food to make sure it was good enough for her son.
You know, you really only see that when there's not a strong male in the house. Because if she had a real husband, the husband like, babe, if you don't fall back, like my mom and my dad have always been a mind their business kind of people. They need to intervene. They know when to give me a little advice, or they know whatever. But if my mom were to do that, my dad definitely would. Diana, sit down. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? You them people house. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes too, not having a good partner or a wife or husband, you know, whatever your family dynamics is, but having somebody in your corner that calls you out on your bullshit, because that's some bullshit.
I mean, he obviously with her for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So whether she can cook or not, he eating. So I don't even see what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? But moms, I mean, they do overstep their boundaries, especially when it either be like her first son, or her only son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think then it becomes a lot. Now, like my oldest son, he's like a grandmama's boy, and it's sickening. Like I can't stand it. And me and my mom, we like argue about it, but it's never gonna change. No matter how I could talk to her till I'm blue in the face, it's just never gonna change. So I can't even say nothing no more, because she just when he said jump, how high, Davion? How high? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. But that's why she be talking about moving to California. I'm like, I think that's a great idea. Now I love my mama. I love my mom to death, and she helped me out a lot. But I'm like, California sounds like a great idea. Like I think it will do that detachment disorder thing, because it is off. I've never seen nothing like it. And
I was
he's
attached to my grandmother.
And he's 18. But my mama, she raised 3 girls, you know, and I'm the youngest, so I was her favorite. And then I had her first grandchild, and then it was a boy. So on top of all of that, it's like he can do no wrong.
That's
And
her
it's just,
son.
Exactly. It is for real.
That's the same for mine with my son and my mom. So he is a grandma's boy, and I just don't understand, because then she'll call me complaining about the stuff. Like,
yes,
well, you keep
my
doing
God,
it.
yes.
So like I told you, like, because
don't call me.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're gonna keep doing it, then I don't understand, because you must love it. You must love it at this point. Well, she's like, well, he called and he said, and and I'm like, yeah, because he can use you. So
Yep.
like I don't get it.
Or she'll call me like, can you please tell your son that? Like, no, you tell him. Like, what you talking about?
They know to keep me out of it.
My son again.
Huh?
That when she call you and be like, can you tell your son? Be like, oh, so now that's my child again.
No,
I always talked about something like that. He'll ask me for something. I'll be like, ask your mom.
Yeah, it was one point I was like, you want to intervene so much, take him.
Yeah, ask
yours.
your mama.
Because I'm trying to raise him right, and you messing it up. So he could be yours.
I'm like, I said, you see the other 6? That's me. You done damaged the first one.
You don't do my boy like that. So like when I say I think mama's boys, right? I've seen situations where like my boy said he invited her to the honeymoon. I've seen women roll up in the other women's house and critique the food. What about a man telling his mom everything that goes on in y'all relationship?
Oh no, don't tell mama, uncle, friends. No, people need to learn how to be private. Period. I don't care if it's your mama.
I'm telling
Because
nobody everything.
You gonna forgive the person, but your family ain't gonna forgive the person.
Facts.
And then it's just gonna be damaged for the rest of the time that you with that person.
Making comments at the reunion.
Right. You trying to convince them that you didn't say what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't mean it. I didn't understand it right.
I didn't mean it like that.
I just said that because I was mad.
I was
like,
mad.
No.
He different now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about okay, so what about the aspect of like, my son is my husband? Like, have y'all ever seen moms who like do too much with their sons?
Yes, emotional incest is running rampant. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. There's people who feel like parenthood, whether it's mother or father, whatever, but we do see it predominantly in motherhood. Like that's their only identity. And when you have, whether it be only one child and it happens to be a son, or that's your favorite, whatever it may be, it shows, and it's the most ridiculous thing. Me and baby boy went on a date. My king, the man of the house,
the man of my life.
That's got to stop. The man of the house.
Like for real, that's a lot of pressure for him, bro. He's 6. You know what I mean? Like
he's 6.
Now, Lola, are you speaking from like, are you speaking from what you've seen via social media?
Yes, and also I've had to have a conversation with somebody in my life about it, because I'm like, this is unhealthy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even talk because of that conversation, because she took it so to heart. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, bro, there's something wrong with the dynamic here. You know what I mean? There's something not right in the milk. You know what I mean? And yeah, it really bothers me, because the child ends up being affected. You know what I mean? And it gives me the ick. It just gives me the ick.
They have matching sweatsuits.
I mean, I recently, not too, I wouldn't say recently, but a while ago, a little while ago, I had a little bit of dealings with somebody who was in that same place where it's like it's like, bruh. And I didn't know how to say it. So I was like, listen, you have to kind of let your son kind of do his own shit. You are too invested in his every move. You know, I get it. There's a certain level of, I want to be the best mom that I can be, but at the same time, you got to kind of let little man just do his own shit. Like, you were way too invested in his every step. And it's just like, Lola know who I'm talking about. and that conversation didn't go to as planned. But it's kind of that same shit. Like it was the same thing. Like you calling him the man of the house. It's like, hey, it's like he's not the man of the house. He just happens to be the only man in your house.
Yeah,
Not
and
even a man yet.
literally,
Yeah.
and you see that in people who can't keep a sustainable relationship with males in their life. So it's like, well, he'll never. This is another thing that bothers me. Like, oh, I had kids. God sent me my son because he knew I needed unconditional love. What?
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 What it is they need that male in their life that they can dominate.
Woo! Ooh, he spoke a word. He spoke a word. Go ahead.
Okay, so what happens when he ends up dominating you when he turns 15 and 16? Now he's controlling your
and
ass.
that's what's gonna happen because you done gave him so much power as being the man of the house. Now you don't even run your own house no more when he towering over you and he almost 18 and telling you what to do in your own house. So that's why we don't do that here. No.
Oh, okay. So I was watching, because I'm always looking for inspiration. I was watching this lady, her name is Kendra, and she does this dating podcast on Instagram. And she had, she brings people up and they kind of describe themselves and people kind of shoot their shots at them in the comments. Well, one lady brought herself up on the camera and the son took the phone and was like, if you trying to talk to my mama, you got to get through me first. And I was like, oh, my damn.
All prospects should have left the room. Goodbye.
Because it's like, oh, wow, that's unhealthy, my guy. Like, what?
You got to get through me. How about you focus on where your little thing going to be at with whoever you going to mess with? You do you, let mama do her.
You need to be slammed through the coffee table.
Right.
Hold on, now. Hold on. You know how long it took me to put that IKEA coffee table together? Don't do that. I ain't got no insurance on this.
Nah, but see, I heard someone say it earlier about loving on my son, and he's just 7, and women don't understand that is the foundation of the man that you're raising. Those first 7 years, right? So all that babying you doing, you train them to be babied.
Yeah.
So don't be mad when his girl is like has complaints for you later in life.
That's
Secondly, women be fighting men about that, and that's Jody spoke on it. Like, it's hard to deal with a woman when you see her babying her son and you're like, you're babying him, and you're toxic masculinity or here it's okay to cry and all that shit. Like, all I said is you babying your son. Like, but we were boys. They act like we weren't boys. We weren't little boys before. We see ourselves in him, and we think you should stop.
For me, it's like
man aspect of it. I'm a man. I see what a man is supposed to be. What you are starting right now is not going to contribute to society as a man.
Right.
Yeah. My kid's father had to break it down to me, but I still kind of stand firm on we gotta balance each other out. You know what I mean? Like, who the man can't get a hug? Like, what do we? But I do understand that it is a balance, and he checks me, and I check him when it comes down to, are you being a little too tough, or are you being too soft? And we try to balance.
Explain
each
the
other
hug.
out.
Like, how serious this? I want to know how serious this is, right? Like, explain the hug. Where does the guy object to the hug?
So, for example, like if the baby falls, for example, like I call him the baby, he goes, bro, like he's
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 9.
Come on, all right. No, that's strike one. Strike one.
He's the baby of the family. So
Yep,
again, he's like, so he goes, all right, and I don't stop calling him duty and stop. And then I go, okay, I'm sorry.
Right.
But it's just a natural thing that's within me. But again, that's why it's important to have that balance, because I'm just doing what I know how to do, is be a mother and nurturing and whatever. And he comes in and he goes, all right, because everybody needs to be a little tough anyways, right? That's just, I agree in that, and for myself and for girls too. But so, like I said, it is a balance. But for example, if he were to fall and I go, okay, come here, baby. He's like, no, like the man not bleeding. He
He didn't know he was hurt until you said something.
Right.
That's the realest. That's the realest thing ever, though. That's the
That's
realest
some
thing
shit.
ever.
Like,
like a natural
don't look at them. Like, you know what little kids fall. Don't look at them. Don't pay them no attention because
Yep.
then they're gonna start crying.
It's the realest thing ever. It is, and it's not that we don't want you to cry and acknowledge your pain and that it hurt, but if you immediately jump like, oh my god, like the kid, like I swear to God, the kid will not
he
half the
absorbs
time not
that
react if you
dramatically.
don't react. Like it's for real.
He absorbs
Well,
that.
I got the 7-year-old, and he really is real clingy to me. And I do try to be like, you know, I know it's a lot. So I try to, you know, like, okay, just go to bed. Like, it's not that serious. Just go to bed. Like, you're going to wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be here. Like, it's not that serious, you know. Then he starts crying, and then my motherhood kicks in, and then I just feel bad. You know what I'm saying? And my boyfriend, he be like, Felicia, he's 7. Like, he'll be fine. Just tell him to go to bed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But then I think, like, well, my boyfriend, he don't got no kids. So you don't really know how it is. And so I just...
Thank you. You're
say that, though.
you're speaking to
That's not
me.
a fair
We're
statement.
speaking
That's
to
not a
each
fair
other right now. That's what I'm currently dealing with.
Both of us, because
That's not a
honestly,
fair statement sometimes, though, because although they don't have children, they may have siblings
been a
or
boy.
whatever.
And
They
they've
help
been a boy.
raise
They've been a
somebody,
boy.
and they've been boys. So I think when people say you have kids, you don't know, like that's tough.
But he don't like his dad because his dad was so rough on him, so mean. So he was in the military and everything was uniformed, everything was military. And I feel like he's that way. Like it's probably good you ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? Because
He probably might have mentally balanced it out, though. He probably found some type of, you know what? There's some things that I took that you know attributed to me being great. So I want to use some of these things. He probably isn't, you know, all the ways like his dad. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Give him a little
Some
shot.
of us,
he don't try to parent them because they got active parents. You know what I'm saying?
right? Yeah.
So he don't have to like take on that role, but he'll tell me like, you know, like Felicia, he gonna be fine. Cause then he see that I feel bad. He's like, girl, it's not that serious. Like he's gonna be fine, you know. But I don't know. It's just like the mother in me. It's just a motherly instinct.
It's a difference. You are trying to kind of like there's a difference between like you babying your kid, because that you're your mom, that's your baby. And there's a difference between overstepping your boundaries and fucking up his manhood. Like you and Lola wanting to, oh, come and give me these hugs and kisses because you're sad. That's your mothering. You know what I'm saying? But then overstepping your boundaries as a mother, because the problem is what happens is something that Big Ken said. It's like once you get a certain age, you need to not learn your child, but you need to learn the man that they are becoming. You know what I'm saying? So you have to let that cuddly loving go and kind of let them be a man. And you got to start that when I can't really give you an age, but it's like you kind of let them be men. Because like for us men, when we deal with shit, our thing is to figure it out. We deal with shit, we figure it out. So sometimes as a mother, you have to kind of, all right, stop, listen, you're not dying. You got to go figure this out, right? And if it's a problem, you know, and as a mother, you know what I'm saying, you look at it as what's worst case scenario is this. And if the worst case scenario was no bodily harm, then you kind of take that rope off and kind of let that, especially that boy, figure it out, because this is how men deal with shit in life. Like we are problem solvers. We figure it out. So you kind of take the gloves off and let him figure it out. And I know it's way harder said than done. But if for us dudes, it's easier because, and especially dealing with boys, you know what I'm saying? My godson, I let him figure all kind of shit out. I remember the first time he fell off his bike and, you know what I'm saying, he got a strawberry, you know, nice little piece of skin missing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, all that crying. I said, you're not going to die. I know it hurt. You're going to be all right. We put a band-aid on it. I said, you good to go. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, well, I will put the bike up. I can't do that. Can't do that. Sorry. And as a mother, I know his mom would have been there and that bike would have been done for the rest of the week.
Right. Get back on.
Yeah, that bike would have been done for the rest of the week. But because I'm like kind of the father figure in his life, I got to do my man shit. Bro, you got to get back on that bike. I'm sorry to tell you. And all that negotiating and all that 5 more minutes.
Shouldn't have to ride the bike.
What's up?
What?
If he don't want to ride the bike, he shouldn't be forced to ride the bike.
Right now he has this thing in his head where he's scared because he fell off of it.
He does want to ride the bike, but he's scared. And
scared.
that exact story. that exact story, I was the mama in that situation, not in your story, but I was the mama in the situation where my son was trying to learn how to ride a bike.
And he fell
And at
off.
the time, it was my daughter's father that was around, and he fell into a bush. But my son's father wasn't around, so my daughter's dad was a father figure in there, so he would be the one that would like teach him stuff. So he fell into a bush, and he didn't want nothing to do with that bike. He was crying, So he come in. I'm like, but I'm also a tough. I'm a little rough around the edges as far as mothering too. So I'm like, okay, you're fine. Bandage up. Go back outside. But he putting him back on a bike, and I'm like, oh, but I'm still over here. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm not saying no, because at the end of the day, you want to ride this bike. Like you said, he's scared. That's all it is. He's scared, and he's developed a fear for what could possibly happen if he gets back on the bike. Do I want that to be what happens? No. So do I want you to overcome this fear? Yes. So he kept putting him back on the bike, and I'm just sitting there like, ooh, he fell again. He fell again. I was like, damn. Like, he kept falling, but you learn how to ride that bike.
I'm glad you brought up fear, because I've been writing notes. You know what I'm saying? So fear, that's one thing. I hate to watch a woman transfer her fear to her son.
Yeah.
Right? A dog jumps out and she's, oh my God, he was about to pet the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You're scared. So you grabbed him. Now he's scared. So now you've taught him this is the response to whenever you see a loose dog.
Exactly.
Right? And then here I come saying like, yo, it's just a dog. And like, I'm in that same situation. I'm the opposite person. What's your name?
Felicia.
No, the bottom right corner.
Felicia.
Yeah, I'm your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I got some notes. You know what I'm saying? I got some notes, right? One thing. So a lot of people, I don't know this guy, right? But some people that don't have children, because we're really in tune to children, and we're in tune to our upbringing when we were children, and there are things we don't want to recreate, right? So we're very selective about reproducing. And you know what I'm saying? Like for me, for instance, I feel like a lot of people, they had children and then it was like, oh, what are we going to do? Rather than planning to have children.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to, especially when there's an active father, it's probably easier when he's not active for him to step in and play that role. Because you're saying he's not his dad, right? So if he wants him to straighten up or something like that, but your son is watching you, tell him it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Conversations don't be had like in front of the kid. Like I know that from experience. You know what I'm saying? We have those conversations, but like say, let's for instance, we gonna take one night. He wanna come in and he wanna lay with me, my 7-year-old, right? And I'm like, you got to go to bed. You got school tomorrow, this, that, and third. And he just start crying. I'm like, Legend, you going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to be here. I'm going to take you to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be okay. And then he leaves the room and he shuts the door. And then you can hear him start crying while he's walking down the hallway. Now, I'm sure he's crying loud enough so I could hear it, so I could feel bad. Because
right.
Hurt. You know what I'm saying?
He's already playing you.
Some of it is they already know the reaction that they're going
to get. So then I feel bad. And then my boyfriend look at me. He's like, he's going to be fine. Like, chill. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
I just wanted to say,
like 5 minutes. He's like, no.
you must be a great woman for a man to want to be with you and your 7 kids.
And he got none.
Right. So if he can't tell you nothing about your son, he's thinking about that in terms of our future together.
The future.
And if possibly us having a child. So is this how it's going to be when we have a child? No, like I can't tell you shit.
Dynamics would be different because it's certain it's like that's his child. But I get what you saying, Boone, and it's like, Felicia, it is a valid point. It's just like right now he's playing you. All right, Buddy got you on puppets in a string. The moment he leave the room, all of a sudden he get louder. Buddy got you on puppets in a string.
That's the thing. Like I know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I try to break it. I just internally I feel bad. I didn't tell him to come back in and lay with me and baby him and stuff.
But the next step is like, hey, listen, Okay, gotta get. This is the thing. I learned this, you know what I'm saying, in my therapy sessions, right? When we talk to kids, we gotta get eye level with them, so that way they don't feel like we're towering them. We're equal.
Mhm.
So he's sitting on that bed and he's about to start. Like, hey, listen, look at me, okay? This is what's gonna happen. I love you. I'm gonna see you in the morning. You need to go to bed, and I don't need to hear a peep from you. Not nothing. Good night. And that's it. He needs to understand. And it's just you being loving, but it's also like, hey, bro, all that dramatic shit gotta go. Like, I love you, but I don't need to hear a peep from you. So give him a kiss, give him a hug, off the bed. And he only,
by the way, Boom, I am dope though. That's why he's with me.
You
I'm
gotta be.
super freaking dope.
Because you don't seem like you would be dealing with a sucker.
No, he's amazing at all. No.
He said he's tall, dark, and what did you say earlier?
Chocolate. Eat chocolate.
None of those are personality traits.
No, I'm like more, as you could tell, like I'm more expressive, like explosive and dynamic, but we don't fight at all because he's just so chill. Like he's complete opposite, like the complete opposite. But I mean, I got my shit together. You know what I'm saying? I don't depend on nobody. Like I raise all my children. They all live with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't got one over here, one, you know, they're here. Their foundation is solid, you know? So, but yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I am. But he's dope too, for real.
Let that man run the house, man.
Listen, I've always said that.
I just be feeling bad. That's all.
Hey, I said this a long time ago. I was talking to all my homeboys. I was like, you know what? If I can hustle like a bitch with like 3-4 kids, that's that hustle because the motherfuckers be having 4-5 kids and be making fucking. I'm talking about like this shit be so weird. It's like the more kids a female get, the bigger the hustler she turns into. Cause I was like, these motherfucking females be having a fucking house with a $1,900 mortgage, be having a fucking SUV with a $500 payment, and somehow by themselves gets that shit done.
And I'm tired. I'm tired.
And I'm tired too, man.
Interest rate crazy.
My whole house.
We understand you tired, and I will not take any credit.
$3,000 mortgage.
But all I'm saying is, there's a lot of motherfuckers with no kids. Boy, you need to hustle like a bitch with 8 kids, because goddamn, they be on their shit. And boom, I have a theory, and as fucked up as it might sound, hear me out. I am determined to tell the world, any woman with 3 or more kids, that pussy gotta be fired. Because some nigga decided I ain't pulling out of shit.
I'm done.
And when they be like, we got 5, 6, 7 kids, somebody just said,
I'm so done.
I wouldn't trust that nigga an empty parking lot.
It's so funny you said that because when I met my boyfriend, I was like, what was your first thought when I told you I had 7 kids? Because like to me, it's kind of like I'm just gonna tell you now because if you find out later, like it's gonna be a wrap, you know. So I'm gonna just get out of the way. So in our first conversation, I let him know I had 7 children. I'm like, what was your first thought when I told you that? He's like, you must have some good pussy. I was like, oh my God. Like,
listen,
think that way. Like
that is exactly what we're thinking. Okay, here's 2 things. When we look at a woman with 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, boy, that pussy gotta be good. To keep going in it like that, it's gotta be good. And when we look at a woman, and we're not just looking at like you, we looking at you as a total. And it's like you sitting there thick as a bowl of cold oatmeal. Yeah, I see why a nigga didn't pull out. When you see a girl and she got ass behind her, ain't no way. Yeah, you know she got 3, 4 kids. Ain't no fucking way she ain't got kids. I tell you, when I scroll through y'all social media, I was like, hell yeah, every single one of these motherfuckers got at least 3 kids. This ain't no fucking way. Not a goddamn.
I do not have 3, and I will not have 3. I don't want 3.
I'm good.
That's because you erected it. You erected that problem before it got handed. But if you didn't, somebody would be like, shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep. Hey, you stuck with me we gonna have a tie to a life. You know what I'm saying? We having a tie to a life. Matter of fact,
I've actually dated someone that you would think like the people, like women do keep a nigga babies. I didn't have the opposite, like trying to keep me. No, sir. No, we're not. No, we're not having no children. No, we're not.
But yeah, no, that's a working theory of mine. Lady, if you got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, oh yeah, that shit gotta be good. It's got to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust no bitch. How you 35 with no kids? Oh, that shit trash. Nigga just pull
Maybe
them
she
out.
just maybe she can't have any.
Yeah, maybe she can't have none. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
You know
Maybe
what?
she can't.
Besides, let's look disclaimer.
But then
Besides
again,
medical
like
conditions.
some people are just,
Besides
I mean,
medical conditions.
they a little smarter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some have
you
a
know-
plan. They want it to just, and a lot of people still live this way, and there's nothing wrong with it. They just have a vision, and they're not going to have no kid until they have foundation with the person and this and that. This is what they want, and so
Yeah,
they're
that's
sitting
me.
here 35 and whatever else, and they don't care because it isn't. They haven't found what they wanted yet, and so they don't have no kids.
Very early, I refused to have a baby mama.
That's what. Yeah.
Refuse.
Oh my God, you are my boyfriend.
See? And that's good. He refuses, so therefore he's not a father right now, and
He said, "I done seen
Well,
way
I'm right
too
there with
much
you, 'cause
shit,
I'm
way too many
34.
stories." He said, "I'm
I'm
good."
34
Like,
with a kid in
It's the
sight.
children.
And I
Yes.
love kids. I'm certified Uncle Jody, baby. I love kids. I babysit all fucking day. Yeah, they might come back with some colorful language and bumped up full of sugar. I'm
quite
certified
sure.
babysitter. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Jody's the shit. I just come to the conclusion that any woman that gets pregnant by me, I'm sorry, welcome to the shit show.
Oh, Jody.
We like this, Stank. Welcome to the shit show. I don't know what to tell you. Welcome to the
Every
family.
time it's just Jody, my Jody. That's all I gotta say.
Who this nigga? Who calling my phone, Yvette? Uncle Pudge, you've been waiting patiently, quietly. What?
He has.
Can we let him finish? Because we know he finna say some wild shit.
Like he been over there playing Call of Duty.
Nah, Fortnite. But
I had one and sat the fuck down somewhere. Ain't
That's
that
right, girl. I heard that.
Mama's boy. I'm gonna get that Geo. Yes, TLC. It's called Love of Mama's Boy. It's a show my wife turned me on to. And man, it's some wild stuff to see these grown ass men, so attached to their mom. You got one dude who mom, play baby with him in the pool, and they be borderline flirting. He like, "You so sexy," and slap on her ass. I'm like, wait a minute, partner.
Whoa,
that's your mama.
They're from Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Tide. I said they're from Alabama. Roll Tide.
No, they out in Cali, I think. I'm like,
you ain't see Kodak?
I was about to say, didn't Kodak Black do that where he grabbed his mama ass?
I don't know. It ain't Kodak. These. Oh my bad. They in NYC then. I'm like, that's how they get down in New York? Because I can't call my mama sexy. I say my mama beautiful. It's just my mama. But just but call her sexy and hot stuff and smack on her booty. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, guy.
I slap somebody in mama ass and call her sexy. Yo.
Right. And then you got one mom who live in back, like her house right in back of her son. She comes over every day 4 a.m. cooking breakfast and everything. And I'm like,
no, we good. I'm good. I can't.
I'm like, I can't allow nobody access to my house like that.
Right.
And this girl lives with him too, like they got a kid together and mom in there, And the crazy thing is she lived right around the corner from my mama down in Mississippi. I told my mama, like, where's Boonville? She like, that's the other. I'm like, yeah, you're right, it is. I'm like, you got these people down there doing that stuff. And, as far as myself, I have a close relationship with my mother. That's because she was the only one that raised me. Punk ass father bounced. So, we close. I call her every day or she call me. But I don't go past a certain point. Like, she not all up in my business or anything, or, we ain't, doing all that stuff. It's like,
you got marital talk about it with your mom?
Well, I asked her, I talk about my reaction because I know sometimes I can be, a little too much. Maybe I can overreact. I say, I did this. This is how I reacted. But we really don't have conversations like that. We talk about life stuff or stuff we seen on the news. If sometimes I call down there, she cussing out my dad, her husband. I'm like, leave that man alone. Like, because I know she a handful, but it ain't no intertwined business and all that, man. It's like we got boundaries, it's a line we don't cross. So I don't understand how dudes get so wrapped up, into their moms like that. With me having two boys, I try to keep the balance. Like my youngest, Tristan, his mom always pisses me off. He be with me at my house the whole weekend, a week, drop him back off. She picking him up. Oh, my baby, I miss you. Bitch, he wasn't in Iraq. He was with me. Like, what you mean you miss him? You better put him down, man. Act like he went off to the Gulf War or something. Like, stop that shit. You're not finna soften my kid up, man, because she had him crying. I remember this some years ago, he was at my house and he was having trouble because we got hard water up here in Illinois. He's having trouble lathering up the towel so he can wash it because he was taking a bath. He started to cry. I said, what you crying for? He's like, I can't get the soap on. I said, boy, you better stop that crying. I'm like, there ain't nothing to cry about now. Son, why you think I'm here? It's okay to say, Dad, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me? But don't go just crying willy-nilly over stuff, man, And, I ain't never had that problem with him again. Because the next time he came over, he was like, Dad, I'm feeling it again. I said, just take some deep breaths, son. What you need help with? And I did it for him. And after that, he stopped doing it. He realized a lot of things ain't that serious. He fall down. He'll look at me and I'm like, all right, now get yourself up.
How old
Dust
is he?
yourself out. He's 10 now. He'll be 11. Just throughout the years, I prepping him. And now, he hurt himself. He like, man, I'm straight. I'm like, yeah, you straight. Come on. We're going to keep it pushing. Now he playing football. He rough and tumble. Shit, I do that with my daughter. She going to be rough and tumble. I give my kids like, hey, man, be cool. It ain't that serious. Relax. Take a deep breath. Keep your head. Because if you keep your head and everybody else around you losing theirs, you're going to see the solution before anybody else. You're going to be okay and you're going to make it out fine. Stop all this mama's boy stuff because I tell you, in my first marriage, she was like that with her son. We'd be out, whole family. I'm making sure the kids, are straight. I always got to keep my eye on kids when we out. This motherfucker be trying to snatch kids. He up there right by his mama's side. They still in the conversation, trying to pick what to eat. Hold the fuck up. He ain't got no opinion what we eat because he ain't got no damn money.
Right.
If I get your ass to the back where you belong, that's my spot. I gotta let you know. Fuck that shit. Ain't no he the man of the house. I'm the motherfucking man of the house, and if you want him to be the man of the house, you better bring some motherfuking money in here to pay for it. But then I can just stop paying for shit. He can pay. And they're like, oh no, y'all insecure. I ain't got shit insecure shit. That's my role.
Aww.
As far as that, who get the plate first, that dynamic was at that time my boys was younger. So I made sure the kids had their plate and I'm cutting up their food, making sure they straight, all the kids, even her son. Now, the only thing I expected when I finished, turn around my plate on the tape. I'm taking care of the kids. You take care of me while I'm taking care of the kids.
That's the word.
So I turn around and my shit ain't on the table and you talking about, well, you can fix your own plate. You getting cussed out.
I feel that.
You gotta hold me up. I'm holding y'all up. I need somebody to hold me up.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a man with the kids, man, like I said. That's why I was like, man, I see these women and they got their kids, their sons, this the only kid, and calling them daddy and all. I'm like, y'all out y'all motherfucking mind.
First of all,
man, you don't call no kid daddy.
I've
His
seen
daddy with a
Zaddy.
Z like that.
Like, what the fuck is Zaddy? We doing music? You from New Orleans? What the fuck is this? I'm like, I don't understand that.
People, there's therapy is necessary.
I
That's
mean,
all I know.
I don't know. I'm like, maybe I'm being too hard because when it was just me and my kids, you know, I got my little man. I still wouldn't let him sleep with me. I'm like, no, you don't sleep. You got your own room. My bed is empty because, you know, I'm going to get a woman and then you can't come in here and sleep with us. So you're going to have to sleep in your own room. Now, he started off in his room. I wake up in the middle of the night. He laying there. I'm like, when you get here? Pick his ass up, take him right back to his room. Like, gotta go, brother. You know, every once in a while, I'll be like, you want to sleep with dad? Yeah. But after a while, I'm like, you want to sleep with dad? No. I want to sleep in my own. There you go, man. There you go, buddy.
Right.
All the kids sleeping with, I don't even, man, look. I wish a chick would tell me, let my son sleep with us. Bitches, you crazy? Ain't no kids sleeping, no kids sleeping in this bed with no two adults. I'm like, I don't play that. You gotta go. You know, I understand scared of the dark. Oh, he's scared of the dark. Here go a damn flashlight. You turn it on. You turn it off. See, with my kids, I let them have the TV on, watch a movie, fall asleep. You know, and that works for them. You know, they go home. He come back and say, Dad, I'm scared of mom's house. Why? Only because she won't let me have a TV in her room. Son, I can't do nothing about it. That's her house. Talk to her about it. But here go a flashlight. Click, click, click. You will see ain't nothing in there. Ain't no monsters in the room.
He said, click, click, click.
You know, now he cool. Shit, that man go to sleep. Lights on, lights off. But, you know, I'm like, stop babying these boys. These are boys, man. You're going to turn them into, you know, I can't say the word. I don't want nobody to come and get me. But you're going to turn them in, you know, I don't want the Rainbow Mafia to come and get me now.
Elemental P.
Yeah, you know, I don't want them, the Alphabet Squad to come down. But you're going to make them a little soft, you know. Like,
yeah, I was going to say, even if they don't turn into that, they end up being soft in some type of way.
Right, they're going to be soft. That's what I mean. Like, they boys. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a boy. Raised by a single mom.
You said your first marriage, right?
Yeah.
She was the way she was with her son, and she would shut you down when you would try to regulate that.
Man, look, dude, it was the strangest thing because when I sat back and looked at it, I'm like, and I had brought it to her attention. I'm like, you treat me like I'm your son, and treat your son like he your husband. Are you out your damn mind? I'm like literally, I watched this boy sit on the couch, scrolling through his little friends. Must have got the pair of new LeBron James. And he was like, oh, popped up on, Mama want the LeBron James. Yeah, they ain't nothing but $300. I looked, and I'm just watching the interaction. She said, you're not getting a LeBron James. He said, yeah, I am. And you gonna buy him for me. And I looked again. And she said, no. I said, okay. I'm gonna let her handle that. Next day, he came in with some LeBron James. And I said, okay. Now this boy then went and told you you was gonna do it, and you went out and did it. Oh no, he spent the money from his personal account. I don't give a fuck if Jesus came down and gave it to him. You said no, and it's still no. I don't care where he got the money from. I'm like, that's your problem. I was like, you let him tell you what to do, what you gonna do. I'm like, he gonna get bigger, and then he gonna tower over your ass. And one time when you say no, he gonna pop your ass in your mouth. And your punk ass, sissy ass brother, excuse my language, Rainbow. You know, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing for you because he gonna be whooping their ass. I'm like, you need to cut it out because he looking at this like, man, and now he's a big dude because he was a big kid. I'm like, you're a big dude. And I told her, you know, let me explain something to you while I'm trying to tell you. Stop doing this because as he get older, and if we're still together, he gonna try to challenge me, and I'm gonna fuck him up, and I ain't gonna give a damn about what you gotta say, because I ain't taking no ass whoopings from nobody. We just gonna be at odds. But shit, I tell my own boys that, I'm like, my oldest, 15, going on 15, start measuring himself, Dad, I'm almost as tall as you. I say, yeah, I see that.
I'ma still fuck you up.
Right. And I'm like, you better get that shit off your mind, though, son. Because you can be as tall as me, you can be taller than me. It still ain't gonna change. Matter of fact, son, you ain't even gotta look. Whenever you get it in your head, you ain't gotta steal on me. You ain't gotta sneak attack. Tell me what you need. You can do 2 weeks of training. You can put on some Rocky music. You can do all that. Just give me the time and date, and we'll meet up. I'll make sure all the furniture moved. We can go at it then. How much time do you need? I'm like, and he looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm being serious. I'm like, you might have to bring your brother if you can convince him. Get your little cousins too, because
I just you gonna record.
That's gonna be a pay-per-view event. We going all out, baby. It's gonna be like HBO boxing. And I told him I'm gonna fuck you up, and I'm gonna make sure you get that. Never have that thought again.
Don't let that young boy catch you, boy.
Hey, he can try. He can try.
I had this similar conversation with my niece and my nephew. They at the house. They at my parents' house all the time. And my nephew's about to be 12, and my niece is about to be 14. And it was like, it's just that one of them had a little attitude, and I didn't correct it. I corrected it. I say, listen, let me understand this, right? We're in this whole thing where I had a conversation about the word bro. I say, listen, the only nigga in this house that's your brother is him. Don't call nobody else this motherfucker bro. It's the only brother you got. It's the only nigga you call him bro. And it was a slight eye roll. And before she could complete her eye roll, I was like, I will black that motherfucker. And I told both of them, I set them down and I said, in all seriousness, here's your problem. You see us all as parents, okay? You see me as an uncle. You see your mom as a mom. You see your dad as a dad. And the problem is you ain't never seen us fuck somebody up before, okay? I've seen your mom walk out the house in her fuzzy slippers, grab a bitch by the head, beat her ass from one end of the street to the next. I was like, I will punch a grown man in his goddamn face, deal in a situation if I have to be. We will fuck y'all kids up. Stop playing with us, bro. Real talk.
So y'all don't believe in gentle parenting, I'm guessing.
Who?
No, sometimes you gotta let your kids know I will fuck you up. Don't ever get it twisted.
Gentle parenting. That is gentle.
Gentle parenting is the conversation we have before I fuck you up.
Exactly. That's so gentle.
Before I fuck you up, we had a
warning.
parenting conversation, and obviously it didn't go anywhere. So I just want you to know I will fuck you up. Don't ever try it.
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta let your kids know. Sometimes you gotta let your kids
Ain't
know.
nothing wrong with that either. You gotta let them know. And
I
you know,
remember-
and you did right by you being an uncle. Let them know.
I remember raising
beat your ass.
I remember raising my son. A couple of my male friends were like, I think he was like 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. And they were like, he's getting ready to test you. I hope you know that. As a single mom, he's getting ready to test you. And at that time, he was like probably my height or maybe like right a little bit. But right now he's 6'3". So they was like, he's gonna test you. When he tests you, either you gonna come with it, or after that, he owns you. He gonna run you. And he sure did. He didn't come home after school, and I don't know where he was. He finally came back, I think at like 11:30 or something at night. And I'm like searching for him. Like, I don't know where this fool was at. I'm trying to find and locate and this and that. Like, I can't find him. He just walked in. I'm like, where you been at? And he's like, oh, my friend's house. And I'm like, okay, says who? Like, oh, I didn't say anything and I didn't ask because I knew you was gonna say no. Bet. So I'm going off and I'm going in. He like, I'm about to run away. That's when his mouth was leaking a little bit, and I said, "Don't get none of that blood on my floor." I started busting you in your mouth for talking crazy, because I don't know who you're talking to.
Crying
I
out for.
don't know who house you think you run, and where you think you can just do what you want to. I'm Like, yeah. So
Crying
My
out for
son-
his,
my
crying
son
out for a
pulled a-
dad, man.
My son pulled the same shit, and he was like, he gonna run away with it. I said, bye. He left the house. I locked all the doors. I shut the lights off, and we went to bed. He was in my car sleeping the next morning because he ain't had nowhere to go. He ain't never tried that shit again.
The crazy part is my son could have went to his friend's house. I had he said something like, I'm cool. As long as your school is good, you do it. You go to your friend's house.
Right.
He probably didn't clean that room that day. That's probably what happened.
You know, you test.
You know,
Shit, even I tested my mom. I tried her.
We
Then
look
I
at
found myself looking up from the ground like, how the fuck I get down here?
It's that
She was just that quick.
This was
I
y'all
said
fucked up.
something, boom. On the ground.
This was the perks of being the baby in the family. I watched my sister and I watched my big cousin test my dad and I watched my sister test my mom. And after watching those immaculate ass whoopings go down within like a month span of each other, I realized I'm good. I don't want none of that smoke. I'm good. I never had a I'm gonna test my parent moment because
that's my daughter.
Like I said,
Listen,
my one cousin, this is what happened. This is a story. So he was about 16, 17, and my uncle was out of town. And he decided to tell my auntie that he pulled the same thing your son pulled. I'm going to come in the house when I want to because I'm almost fucking grown. He said that to my auntie, and my auntie called my uncle, and my uncle called my dad, and go handle that. And
yeah, that's my move right there.
Sure enough, it got handled, and I'm just sitting there looking like, check. I ain't doing that shit. No, sir, not me. The example has been made. You made your point. I see why I was brought on this trip. You've made your point.
You talking about seeing some shit? Let me tell you, them girls are trying. Now, my mother, I got a sister. So one day, I'm just in the basement chilling. They upstairs. I heard mother yelling. She must have said something back to mother. I heard, boom. I was like, oh shit, what happened? I'm coming up the stairs. She running past me. We look at each other and she looking at me. She grabbed me, started biting me, thinking I was going to try to stop her. And I'm like, what the hell going on? And my mother hot in hot pursuit. She went downstairs in the bathroom, lock herself in. She like, open this damn door. She didn't open the door. She break the window. Psst. I'm like, this shit is crazy. I got to get her out of here because I don't want her looking at me. I'm trying to think, did I do anything to piss her off? Like, no, I'm good. I'm getting out the way, though. I don't want her to think I'm helping. Whoop her ass. My sister learned that day. And I told her, I don't know why you try to test that woman. You crazy. She crazy. I'm like, she will put you down. And she always said that. For my boys, you know what? Y'all big motherfuckers. I'm going to bust y'all head, but for my girl, I'm going to put my hand in a ponytail and we can throw these hands. I'm like, that don't bode well. Because I used to watch her when she was 21, go out there and fight with her sisters and them. Like, my mama can fight. I'm like, I don't mess around with her. Even now, she's 63. I don't mess around with her. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. Y'all leave that woman alone. She bananas. I'm like, she old. She just gonna shoot you. And she means it. She like, I ain't got time to be fine. I'm gonna just blow your brains out. I'm like, you ain't gotta worry about me. And I'll be hearing my little brother still at home. He fucking 30.
We joke like that.
Still at home.
Yeah, exactly.
And he be trying to talk crazy. And I'll be sitting on the phone like, boy. She's like, look here. You better stop. I'm like, boy, you better stop. And when she started talking like that, it's finna escalate. And he keep talking, and she like, boy, I'm gonna tell your motherfucking ass one more time. I'm like, yep, that's it. That's the trigger. And she mean one more time. I'm like, your ass gonna be screaming. And I'm gonna hang up the phone. I ain't heard nothing, officer.
I got nothing for you.
I ain't got nothing for you, baby. Leave her alone. And that's how my kids are. They know I talk to them. But when I raise my voice, oh shit, Dad, it's serious. I'm going to sit down. Yeah, you know. Because the next thing is going to be these hands. And I'm like, I don't play with y'all. Sit your ass down.
See, there's levels before the ass whooping comes.
Right.
So there is gentle parenting that when they just decide they're gonna do what they want to, or they're gonna muscle up, poke their little chest out and talk back, and then gentle parenting is out the window.
Oh
Right.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not.
My oldest son, he used to try me all the time, and then we moved into this house, and then my boyfriend ended up moving in, and then he ain't trying me no more, and I was like, why you ain't trying me now? It's like,
What's the man in the house? That's why.
Josh too big.
Mhm.
Too big. Like, so you only want to pick on people that you bigger than. I'm like, you a
Of
bitch.
course.
Oh wow.
Who dating
So
him?
listen,
That's my other son.
we seen it. First of all, I just want to say, I appreciate y'all coming to hang out with us today, man. We had a really good time. Shout out to everybody. Before we start to get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody go around the room one more time. For my peoples, Miss Trisha Michelle. Let the people know where they can find you.
Oh man, well, I am one of 3 of the Fire Session podcast. So we're on YouTube. You can search the Fire Session. We are on Facebook as well. We come on every Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Central Standard Time, of course, is going to be 7:30. Gotta calculate it. Then I'm on Instagram, Trisha Michelle _YouTube. So you can find me on there. I just, I go crazy. I'm always all over the place doing something, hanging out, traveling. And then of course, just make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us too for the Fire Session.
That's on game. Don't be in her inbox. Hey, beautiful, because she ain't gonna answer.
I'm not.
Mr. Boom, where can the people find you?
Yo, Sonic Boom, follow me at Sonic Boom TV. Watch me at the Nimpathy Show every Sunday, 10 p.m. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all platforms at Nimpathy Show. Follow us. It's where accountability meets empathy.
Now I be on there cutting the damn fool and acting the ass. If you ain't caught none of that trade, I be out there acting a straight ass.
What else is new?
Yeah, but see, Boom don't be giving me a limit though. Boom just be like, you say whatever, I give it there. I be cutting the ass. Right here, we gotta go to the HR office. We cut too much of an ass. Boom be like, hey, you do whatever you want.
Yeah, man, because this is how men actually speak to one another.
And see, this podcast is like Facebook. You can wild out a little bit, but you might get put in jail. Boom, shit like Twitter. As long as there ain't no pornography, you really don't give a shit.
Twitter is cutthroat. I did not realize how.
Oh yeah, Twitter is that.
It all starts from Twitter.
Anything you could see anything. Like,
I don't have Twitter.
There's a lot on there.
Hey, get one. It's lit.
Yeah, I'm too old to figure it out. I can't piece
That's
this
how
stuff
that's
together.
how I feel. Like I can barely share a story, let alone be on Twitter.
So listen, right? Before we go, I'm gonna give y'all this little thing. Before I give you Jody's words of wisdom, right? You can always find me and Mr. Who Loves You Baby Saturdays, 9:00 a.m. on the family Eastern Standard Time. You can always find me and Mr. Tellytale, aka Who Loves You Baby, on the Family Barbecue, 9 a.m. Saturdays. Catch us this Saturday, right? 9 a.m. We got some dope people. We got some dope.
Don't forget Sundays.
And
Sundays for the End Game Podcast.
Trisha, Miss Felicia.
Please join us. We want women on our sports podcast.
Yeah, we want you on. It's gonna be. We're gonna have like half the football games done. We're gonna have week 2 of college football.
Okay, I was gonna say, as long as they don't during the Eagles game.
Catch us. Holla at us. We'll be on
7:00
I
Central.
should be available. I'll tap in with you.
All right, I got a little video I want y'all to watch before Jody's words to wisdom.
right.
Man, I gotta give Brandon his damn prop. I thought I was gonna be in Braveheart or something. That shit was straight up. I thought I had to, have me riding out on a horse with a sword, like
It's like Lionsgate.
It was giving Game of Thrones intro.
Fucking Thundercat sword in the back.
Oh yeah, you know I got that baby. I'm gonna unsheath that bad boy one day.
So before we go, you know I gotta hit y'all with. Jody's words of wisdom. So y'all know every single week I hit y'all with a little something to send you on your week. And this week, right? Jody's words of wisdom. It happens to do with your job. People's life is way too short to let a job stress you out. If you're ever caught in a situation where you're wondering like whether you should quit or not, your happiness is not worth a paycheck. Your happiness is not worth a 9 to 5. If your job is truly stressing you out, quit that motherfucker. I am a firm believer. Take your days off. Don't rack up vacation time. Take them days off. Take you a stress day. Take you a you day. Take you a spa day. Do whatever it is you need to do, because that job don't give a shit about you. That job don't care about your well-being. Like, you can die today, and you know what I'm saying, they will replace you tomorrow. So with that being said, listen, fuck that job. If it's stressing you out, walk away. And with that being said, we will see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, my bad. Peace.
Oh Lord, but y'all can still.
Tell them I ain't mad if they hate, no. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody overtake this moment from me. So we go while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good.